Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Friday, March 4th, 2016, around 8:11 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. Dark out now. Some places are seeing some snow flurries and snow showers and squalls, but not in Billerica, Massachusetts. Some news to report, sad news to report in the world of country music. Singer Joey Freak passed away at the age of 40 after having a battle with cancer. So sad. Prayers to her family. Cancer is a deadly disease. It needs to be 100% curable. That's what I all got to say. And Jessica Moran of Comcast Sports New England has resigned her position. She's been with Comcast Sportsnet New England since 2009. There's been reports of rumors that Jessica had a relationship with John Farrell, manager of the Boston Red Sox. John Farrell is getting a divorce from his wife from 30 years, and there's been rumors they're in a relationship, but that's not been confirmed or denied. Sad to see Jessica go from Comcast Sports Net New England. I bet she lands at ESPN. It seems like all the ladies who cover the Red Sox and Boston sports media have had affairs or relationships with Red Sox personnel, managers, players, etc. That is not good, and it's a no-no. Shouldn't be allowed. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is one of the big men in professional wrestling. I'm talking about the one-man gang, also known as Akeem in the WWE. The one-man gang's real name is George Gray, and he was born and grew up out in South Carolina. He started wrestling at the age of 17 in 1977. He wrestled under several names when he was wrestling, including Crusher Broomfield and his real name, and Panama Jack. He wrestled in several southern regional territories, including the Outlaw ICW, which was ran by Angelo Poffo and Macho Man Randy Savage. He also wrestled for Mid-Atlantic. At first, he had long hair and he was built as a monster heel. He wrestled at Mid-South, where he had feuds with Andre the Giant, Junkyard Dog, and a few others. He was usually managed by Scandal Appa, Devastation Incorporated. He also wrestled for Championship Wrestling from Florida, managed by Oliver Humperdinck. Won a couple of titles, including the Brass Knuckles title and the Florida Tag Team titles with Cowboy Ron Bass. Then One Man Gang goes to World Class Championship Wrestling. He was managed by Gary Hart. He shaved his long hair, got a mohawk, and he had kind of a biker's gimmick type. And he was an effective heel in World Class Championship Wrestling. A very big man. His favorite move was the splash, which he called 747. He was built from Chicago, but he never lived in Chicago. And One Man Gang then went to Mid-South, which was being rebranded as UWF. He had a lot of his success there, winning the UWF World title over Terry Bam Bam Gordy by forfeit in the fall of 1986. He held it for approximately 6 months until April of 1987, when he dropped it to Big Bubba Rogers. Around early 1987, One Man Gang was sending his feelers to the WWE, and Vince McMahon saw him, and he went to the WWE using a One Man Gang name still. He was managed by the Doctor of Style Slick, and he got a decent push beating a lot of preliminary wrestlers and then using like illegal moves after the match, and he was getting kayfabe fined for that. They were building him up to be a challenger to Hulk Hogan in house shows in the fall of 1987. He had several WWE title shots against Hulk Hogan, but he lost it. He also faced Randy Macho Man Savage in some other house shows, which he lost as well. One Man Game was on the Survivor Series 1987. Team with King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant, Ravage, including an actual Butch Reed against Hulk Hogan, Ken Patera, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, Don the Rock Morocco, and Bam Bam Bigelow. He did quite well for that. He was also in the first Royal Rumble. And like One Man Game briefly had a feud with Bam Bam Bigelow. They faced off in the first round of the WWE title tournament at WrestleMania 4. It was a short match, but One Man Game won. One Man Game went to the semifinals, and he lost to Randy Macho Man Savage. Then One Man Game kind of disappeared from WWE television for a while. Then he came back in September 1988. His manager, the Doctor of Style Slick, said he found somebody from deepest, darkest Africa. And he says, lo and behold, Akeem. And Mean Gene Okerlund says, you're the One Man Game. But Akeem denied it. He was like acting like an African for like a Caucasian American. That was like, well, the Akeem character was kind of like a little inside joke on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He was like jiving like him. And soon Akeem, like, 747 Splash was renamed Air Africa. He formed a tag team with Big Boss Man, and they were called the Twin Towers, and they had a decent run as a team, facing off against the Rockers at WrestleMania 5, then having a feud with Demolition. Also, they faced off against the Mega Powers. They were getting a big push, but eventually the Big Boss Man turned face, and then Akeem's value went down in the WWE. He jobbed to the Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 6, and then he lost to Tito Santana in the first round of the WWE Intercontinental title tournament in early 1990, and then soon Akeem was basically not on television, and he was supposed to have a feud with Saba Simba, but that feud was dropped when Akeem's contract with WWE ran out, and he went on to other things. He returned as the One Man Gang, and he went to WCW. He was acting like a crazy lunatic gimmick. He was managed by Kevin Sullivan and Teddy Long. One Man Gang feud with El Gigante, and one of the famous things in that feud, Kevin Sullivan and the One Man Gang cut El Gigante's hair. This was a brief feud. One Man Gang left WCW later on in 1991 because he refused to job to PN News, who was like doing a rapping gimmick, and PN News sucked as a performer. And I think WCW was pushing him to the moon, and One Man Gang didn't like the push PN News was getting, so he refused to job to him, and he got fired. And then for several years, the One Man Gang wrestled in independent shows. He really got out of the business. He worked for an airlines company. Then he resurfaced in WCW in late 1995 as part of the Dungeon of Doom. And he actually won the U.S. title against Kensuke Sasaki in a dark match at Starrcade 1995, which was shown on WCW Saturday Night a month later. Originally, they were not going to acknowledge his title change, but they decided to do One Man Gang. Only held the U.S. title for a month, then he dropped it to Conan, and soon he disappeared from WCW. And then he continued on and off for independent wrestling for the rest of the 1990s, and he even wrestled for ECW a bit. And then in 2000, One Man Gang had a heart attack and he lost 100 pounds. He now works as a correctional officer for the Louisiana State Penitentiary. He made an appearance at WrestleMania 17 as the One Man Gang because it was originally going to be Akeem at the Gimmick Battle Royal, but he lost so much weight he couldn't fit into Akeem's clothes. And One Man Gang is awesome. He had a great gimmick, and he won a few titles in his career. He was a good big man, and the WWE kind of treated him with like a comic character with Akeem, which that probably would killed his career as kind of a serious big man, as a monster. Heel, he turned him into a goofy like heel character, which I really didn't care for after a while. And that's about it on the One Man Gang. And that's about it on these video blogs: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Tomorrow, 3 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be the continuation of the top 67 players in the NHL since 1967, numbers 29 through 20. A second video blog will be about the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the personality profile, which will be about tugboat / typhoon / sharkmasters. Real name is Fred Ottoman. And keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO. Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth, that's so stunning. She's the best. Michelle Beadle rocks. And in the words of Charlotte, check that out. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, and other forms of media. Questions, comments, concerns, shout-outs, plugs. Send it to me. Ask which video blog question and answer will be coming soon. March 22nd. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.